In the world of financial literacy, you have probably heard about save in a SACCO, invest in an infrastructure bond, save in a money market fund account, and probably you do not know what these items are or what they do, or why, or you don't even know why should you save in a SACCO and still save in a money market fund account and still take an infrastructure bond. Maybe you're wondering, can I just have one and it's enough? Or can I just have, if it's infrastructure bond, can I just have an infrastructure bond and it's enough for me to go? But the purpose of this video is to break down what a SACCO is, what a money market fund is, what is an infrastructure bond is, and what values they add into your financial portfolio, and why you should have them, why you should have a SACCO, and at the same time why you should have a money market fund, and at the same time why you should have an infrastructure bond. The reason I saw you need to combine them three, not have one, or if you decide you can still have one, and you will understand what aspects you are missing out in investing in one area and neglecting the other two. Before we get into the video, I would like to introduce you to an ebook that I've written from my personal experience of working online. I've been able to compile different online jobs that you can work in different career category. For instance, if you are in accounting, if you're in healthcare, if you are a teacher, if you are a software developer, if you are a graphic designer, if you are an architecture, if you're in HR, you are a receptionist. Every career, I have broken it down in every single chapter to tell you the kind of jobs that you can look for online. This book is a guideline to guide you on areas that you can look for job. And the most important thing, or the best part of this book, is the introduction. I have written my story. I have shared with you my story on how I began my online hustling or online jobs until today. I am 11 years in and I'm loving it. So to get this book, check in the description below. There is a link, purchase the book and it will automatically be sent to your email. Currently, I am running an offer for the first 30 days where I will be selling this book 700 shillings, so you can save 300. So if I were you, I would grab this opportunity to buy this book at 700 Kenyan shillings instead of waiting for 1 month and then buy it at 1,000 Kenyan shillings. So let's get back to the video. We are going to discuss SACCO. What is a SACCO? A SACCO is an abbreviation for Savings and Credit Cooperative Organization. Mainly, these organizations allow members to save money and then you can take a loan 3 times value of your saving. And one thing you need to know before you get into taking a loan, you need guarantors. You need people to guarantee you the extra amount of money that you need to take in a SACCO. How SACCO operate in our country is you can sign up for one. Mostly nowadays, most SACCOs, you can do an entire onboarding online. They have website where you can just upload the details that they need, and then they are going to approve your membership, and then you start saving. And the initial capital is usually around 1,500 to 3,000, depending on which SACCO you are joining. And most of them, they have a minimal contribution to 500 shillings or 1,000. Others have minimal contribution of 3,000. So it's up to you to understand the details of a SACCO before you actually join. And another thing is, most SACCOs, before you can actually take a loan, you need to save consistently at least for 6 months to be able to apply for a loan. So why do you need a SACCO? First is to save money so that you can get a loan. The purpose of saving in a SACCO is to get a loan. So when you save in the long term and you have a project which needs huge capital, like buying land or buying a car or buying a house, then you can take a loan with your SACCO. The advantage of taking a loan with a SACCO is that the interests are lower as compared to the bank, and the payment schedule is flexible. Another advantage of saving in a SACCO is you will get dividends at the end of the year. Every SACCO has different percentage of dividends, which comes from 9% all the way to 14% on the savings. And for the share capital is from 10% all the way to 14 or 16. There are also others that are giving 20% interest dividends on their share capital. So it depends, but it varies. So before you join a SACCO, you need to know how much percentage they give you on your savings and how much percentage they give you on your share capital. So if you're wondering what is the difference between share capital and savings when it comes to SACCO, is share capital is a fixed amount where every member must have. Maybe they could say a minimum is 2,000, others 10,000, others 40,000, others 25,000. It depends on the SACCO. This amount you cannot withdraw it. Once you put your money into the share capital, you cannot withdraw it. The only thing you can do is you can sell those share capitals to an existing member of the SACCO when you want to quit the SACCO. For the savings, is you can withdraw your savings. Savings is what is used to calculate the loan that you can get. Most SACCO give 3 to 4 times your savings. So if you have saved 100,000 shillings, then you can take a loan to up to 400,000 Kenyan shillings. Another advantage of SACCO is they usually have loans that they can finance 100% asset finance, which is car, house, or land. So maybe you just need to know how much you need to have saved for you to be able to access the 100% asset financing services or loans. So for example, if you save 4,000 every month for your SACCO, at the end of the year, you'll have 60,000. That means you can get a loan of 180,000 Kenya shillings to 240,000 Kenyan shillings, depending with the SACCO that you are in. But majority of them, at least 3 times your savings is guaranteed. The advantages of a SACCO, definitely, like I've said, is accessing loans that are at a lower interest as compared to banks and other institutes like microfinance. Another advantage is you get that culture of saving. So at the end of the month, every time you get paid, a certain amount goes to your SACCO, which can be 3,000, can be 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, any amount that you would want to save. At least make sure it is 10% of your income. Another advantage is dividends and interest that you get at the end of the year, which is also another way of earning passive income. The disadvantage with SACCO is you will need guarantors to guarantee you to take a loan. If you do not have anyone in that SACCO, then I will not advise you to join it, because when it comes to loan, you'll be given 3 times your savings. So if you have 60,000, that means you can guarantee yourself 60,000. So you'll need other people to guarantee you 120,000. So you can have like 2 people, 160, another 160, or you can have someone who has 120 in their savings, so they can guarantee you. That is the disadvantage with SACCO, but that one you can overcome it if you join a SACCO where your friends or family members are actively saving. Another disadvantage is the processing of the loan. It can take time, especially if you're not employed. The process is longer because you have to prove that you can pay for the loan, you have to prove your source of income, and then the SACCO needs to evaluate and give you a loan. But if you are employed, the process is easy because you already have a payslip. So that's the only thing you will need to submit alongside your identity information, and that becomes easier for you to access a loan. Another disadvantage is withdrawing is not instant. In the event that you have an emergency and you want to withdraw your savings and you do not want to take a loan, it's not instant. Most of the time it takes from 30 days, that is a month, for you to be able to access your money. So this one is a downside when it comes to an emergency. And this is where a money market fund account comes in. That's why you need to save in a money market fund account as your emergency fund, because with a money market fund account, you can do instant withdrawals in the cases of emergency. It only takes few hours. Some are instant, you withdraw and you have it. Others, they take like 6 hours, others 12 hours, others 72 hours, 48 hours, depending on the money market fund that you are saving. So what is a money market fund account? Money market account is a type of unit trust that invests in short-term and long-term investments that are low risk, like the government bonds. So majority of the money market fund accounts in our country, they do invest in infrastructure bonds and government bonds, so that interest, then it's what trickles down to your interest that you get every day, and it is compounded monthly. Money market funds are easy also to sign up. Most of them, if not all, you don't have to go to a physical office to sign up. You can just go to the website, sign up, upload all the details that they need, then you wait for the processing, then your account is activated, you are sent the details and how you'll be saving in that money. Money market fund accounts, you can always deposit and withdraw via your M-Pesa, and which makes it easy for you to access your funds. Another thing that with money market fund is your interest. The interest that you earn is compounded every month. Unlike for SACCOs, where your interest is fixed against what you have saved. You can choose to reinvest it, but if you choose it to reinvest, that means you'll compound that interest yearly or annually. As compared to money market fund, every interest that is credited to your account is compounded every month. That means the money in your money market fund will have higher chances of growing more than the money that you have in your SACCO. The advantage of money market fund is the daily interest. Your account is credited with daily interest and you can monitor your account. You can log in and check how much of interest you have earned this month or how much of interest you are getting every day. Another advantage is the interest is compounded every month and there is power of compounding interest when you leverage it with time. If you save continuously for like 5 years, you'll be able to make your money will grow significantly as compared to saving within 1 year. If you want to see much growth or you want to see the change in your savings, save consistently for 3 years. It's usually in the 3rd year is where now you are able to see significant amount of interest that is coming to your account and the compounding interest. And this means that you are saving for 3 years with minimal or zero withdrawals. The other advantage is it's liquid. You can liquidate that amount of money anytime you are in need. That's why you need to save in a SACCO and still have a money market fund account for your emergency fund. Because if you have something that you need to sort out urgently and the only place that you have saved money is SACCO, you will not be able to access that money. But if you have in a money market fund, you can access it instantly within 6 hours, a day, 2, and you are able to sort your emergency. The disadvantage is the returns vary. In our current market right now, there was a time where we were getting interest up to 16%. Right now, I think the highest is at 12%. Most money market funds are just giving between 9 and 11% interest. Actually, if you're in a money market fund account that is giving you 10% interest or more, that is a good interest, because majority of them right now, they are not even getting to 10%. So that's the difference. So the interest varies. Another disadvantage is, since it is easy to withdraw, you can just, if you do not have money discipline, you can be withdrawing that money every now and then. And if you continue withdrawing, like you're making withdrawal every month, you'll not see a significant change. The money market fund account, it's for you to save for your emergency. So that money should just stay there and it's getting interest that is definitely higher than the inflation. And then when there is an important need, then you can withdraw. But if you're withdrawing your money every day or every week or every month, you'll not be able to see any significant changes in your financial goals. The third disadvantage is the interest you get in a money market fund is subjected to withholding interest and management fees. Every money market fund account manager has their own management fees, so your interest is subjected to those 2 fees. Unlike in a SACCO, there is no management fee. It's only the withholding tax that you pay. The third item is government bonds, and government bonds are great. And what are they? A bond is like lending, it's lending the government your money for a fixed period of time. It could be a treasury bill or a bond, which can be an infrastructure bond. Infrastructure bonds tend to be long-term because they can run from 5 years or 8 years or even 15 years or even 20 years, depending on the terms of every bond. How bonds work is you need a minimum investment of 50,000, especially for the treasury bills. And for the infrastructure bond, you may need 100,000 Kenya shillings to apply. But it's not a fee that you pay. It's a money that you need to have in your account so that if your application goes through, then that money can be deducted from your account. Every other year or every other financial year, government is always floating for T-bills or government bonds. Currently, I think by the time you're watching this video, probably the infrastructure bond will have closed. So that was the most recent. And then the T-bills, they are short term, where they run from 3 months, 6 months to 12 years. Those ones are floated every other month, I guess. If you keep in touch with those information, you'll be able to see. So if you want to invest in a government bond, then you can start with T-bills is 50,000 and infrastructure bond is 100,000 Kenyan shillings. So how do you get this money? If you do not have this money, then the best place to start is definitely saving in a money market fund account until you reach the goal that you want to invest in those T-bills and bonds. And T-bills and bonds, they are secure, they are low risk, your money is safe, your money is guaranteed. At the end of the period, you'll get back your money, and then the interest, they are usually paid in coupons every other 3 months or 6 months or 4 months, depending on the rules of that bond. So like I said, there are two types of bonds, which are the treasury bills and the infrastructure bonds in our country, and they are accessible to individuals as well as to businesses. The advantage of government bond is your money is guaranteed, you will get back your initial capital. The other thing is the interest is fixed. If the government bonds say they are giving at 12% interest, then that money is fixed. Depending, it doesn't matter what happens to the economy. It will not go up, it will not go down. So at the end of the period, you'll still be getting 12% per annum, unlike a money market fund account where the interest keeps fluctuating. Another advantage is for infrastructure bonds, they are tax-free. So you will not pay any withholding tax or any tax. You'll just get, if it is 12,000 against 100K, you'll get that every year for the period that the government bond will run. If it is 8 years, then you'll get 12,000 every year for 8 years. And then at the end of the 8 years, you'll get back your principal amount. The disadvantage is it's not liquid. So you cannot withdraw that money in case of an emergency. Another thing is you can apply and not succeed. Yeah, you can apply actually, and still the government may skip your application, or it's not 100% guarantee that when you apply you will get a government bond. Another disadvantage is the application. Also, it's technical. If you do not know how the CDS work, how to keep in touch, or the website that you need to apply, then it could be technical for you. So the best place to start is finding out how you can apply for that bond, which account you need. And most of these things are just online. Nowadays, it's online. You don't need to visit any bank to open a CDS account. You can do it online. So having discussed the three items, you can see that there are things that you will need alongside what you choose. If you choose a SACCO, you will need a money market fund account, because SACCO you cannot liquidate. If you choose a government bond, you'll still need a money market fund account, because you cannot liquidate the money that you have put in a government bond. Another thing is the money that you have put in a government bond is locked. If you take one for 5 years, then you cannot withdraw that money until 5 years is over. And then in between, if you need a loan, where do you go to? A SACCO. That's where you need, if it is possible, I will advise you do them three together. You have a SACCO, you have a money market fund account, and you have a government bond. If you need two, then you can take SACCO and a money market fund account, because when you have an emergency, you can withdraw for your money market fund account. If you need a loan, you can take it from a SACCO. Diversifying your financial portfolio will help you cover different waves in life, like different things in life, because you are covered in the area of loan, you are covered in the area of liquid, and you also covered, if you take an infrastructure bond, you also covered in the area of passive income, because the coupons pay, I think, every other 4 months. So that is extra income that you can make for yourself. So it's good to diversify your portfolio so that you can make more income. So where do you start? The best place to start definitely is know how much you earn. Where is your money going? After that, how much do you want to save? Like in the 10% of the money that you have, 10% of your income, if it's 50,000, that is 5,000, you need to know a significant amount, like 2,000 can go to your SACCO, 3,000 can go to your money market fund account every year. Then you do this consistently. With time, you'll be able to grow your account. So the best place to start is to know how much you are spending, budget, and then say 10% of your income goes to investment, and then divide that for SACCO and money market fund. And also do your due diligence when it comes to SACCOs and money market fund account. Do research, know what kind of engagement terms and conditions the nitty-gritties, everything, understand everything so that you can join. If you have any questions about the topic I've discussed today, then feel free to leave a comment down below. I will answer you. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.